What's up, creatives, and welcome to another Romeo show. Coming up on today's show, we look at what's going on with the channel, we have a look at my website, we see the new commission that I'm working on, and I take you through the pencil grades of how to shade. Without further ado, let's roll intro. Hey everyone, it's Tuesday. How's everyone doing? Hope you all had a good weekend and had a good week as well. I absolutely had an amazing week last week. I did. Handed in my commission piece to my client. She was absolutely over the moon with it. It was quite an emotional handover. It was, she got quite emotional over the picture, but it came out absolutely brilliant and she absolutely loved it as well, which was, which is absolutely amazing. It is a brilliant thing that came out of that as well, so I got another commission. That's how she recommended her friend to me as well, which is now I'm going to be doing her portrait as well. But at the moment, I'm also doing another. I've just started a new commission anyway, so I'm drawing 2 cats and a dog for a client as well, and I've just started that one. So as I go along, I'll show you the sort of progress as I go along as well. Got that commission going at the moment, and I've got that other lady's commission to do as well. So I'm a bit busy with the commissions at the moment, drawing these pet portraits. So at the moment, I'm not taking on any more commissions at the moment, but as soon as I'm pretty much done with these ones that I'm doing at the moment, I will then let you guys know, and then I'll be taking on more commissions as well. I've got a few people that are sort of interested as well, which are in the sort of back burner as well. But once I'm pretty much completed most of these drawings, I'll then let you guys know, and hopefully get some more commissions coming through. What I'll also be doing as well, what you'll see as well, is that on my website, I will have a testimonial part on my website as well. That's where all the commissions that I've done and little reviews from the people and pictures as well of their framed portraits that I've done for them. So that's going to be coming up on the website. That's going to be a new thing coming up. I'm hoping to start doing that this week. I'm just going to look at the website details and things like that to see what I need to do. So I think I've already seen the stuff on there, so it's just uploading and creating all the pictures, because I'm not only just going to be putting the pictures on there, but also a few step-by-step pictures that I took while drawing the pictures as well. So my YouTube channel now is also, I'm getting quite a few videos uploaded onto the channel now, so I'm getting quite a few playlists. So what I'm having to do now is separate a lot of my videos. So for instance, my new Mandala videos that I'm doing at the moment, they're going to be in a separate playlist now to my Zentangle one. So even though it's going to be shot and made the same, but it's just because the pattern's going to be different. It's still the Zentangle style pattern, but I want to just separate the two because they're going to be pretty much the same type of based images of Mandala style pattern. So if you haven't checked out any of those videos yet, here's a quick clip of that video. This was from last week Wednesday's upload. And if you want to see the full version of that video, just click that link. That's just at the top there. So yeah, so I'm going to be separating all my videos now as well. So now this show, because I'm not calling it a vlog anymore, the vlogs are still in their own separate playlist they are. So this one's going to be on the show now. So this is another separate playlist that I'm doing for that as well. So it's just another 2 different playlists, but all the rest, the ASMR ones, they're all still going to be exactly how they are still in those videos. Talking of the ASMR, I've got my last Lord of the Rings map tracing video coming out this Friday. So that's going to be this Friday at 8 p.m. for the ASMR video. Then after that, I'm going to do a completely different, still a map tracing video, but it's going to be a different map of from another movie. It might be the Game of Thrones one, or it might be some other movie like that, or it might be like a Harry Potter one or something like that as well. I'm not sure at the moment. I'm just looking through all the maps at the moment just to see the ones that I like. But more on that in next week's show. So now let's move on to today's quick draw video. So what I'm going to be going through today is the different pencil grades. I'll be going through examples. We're going through the meanings, what the 2H, the 3H, what they all mean, and I'll be giving you an example of all the different shades you can create out of these different pencils. It's a really good idea to sort of know what type of pencils to use when you're doing any of your pictures, especially if you want to do any sort of drawings like what I do. I use a variation of different pencil grades, because as I'll explain in the video, there's no point in just using like a HB pencil, because to get different tones, to get the more darker areas of a lot of pictures, you need a darker pencil for it. The HB pencil is just not going to get any darker than what it's made to do. So yeah, check out that video. The sound quality of it may not be as good because I recorded this video quite a while back now, and it was in the hope of turning it into a tutorial video for one of my YouTube videos. So I just thought, because I've not used it or anything, I thought it was a perfect way of getting that video uploaded onto this segment of the show. So here it is, all you need to know about pencil grades. As you can see here, what I've done is I've got the list of pencils that I've got. The range that I picked out is, the range that I bought is actually 6 pencils. Normally you can get ones that have 12 or probably even more as well. What you'll probably find is that each one of these is numbered and lettered as well. Obviously you're going to have your standard, you're going to find your standard pencils anywhere else, which you're going to find is a HB. The meaning of each of these letters. So the H's is going to be the hardness of each pencil. So that's going to be how light your pencil grade shade is going to be. B meaning blackness, that means how darker your pencil is going to be. That's going to be best for your shades, your darker tones, filling in your darker, making your eyelashes, your hair, that sort of thing, a bit more darker, that sort of thing. That's what your B's are ranging from as well. Each one is also numbered. Each number is corresponding to how darker it gets as well. So B being dark, and then obviously 6B being a lot more darker than your B. 6Bs will go up to like an 8 or a 9. I generally tend to use for a lot more darker tones, so to bring out the depth of a picture a lot more, I tend to use the 8, an 8B or a 9B to bring that out, but I usually build that up using a 2 and a 6B layout. That's on a different video, that'll be on your shading side to it. Coming down to your H's as well, same with the H's as well. The higher number up we go with your number, the lighter it's going to get as well. So you're going to have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 H's as well, and they're going to get much more lighter. You'll see how each one variance will be, because I'm going to fill in each one of these boxes in a time-lapse video in a minute. So you'll see the dark, you'll see how much the shade from dark to light will be, and you'll be able to then judge the differences of each pencil as well. But I'm just going to quickly just write out. So for going back to the numbers and the letters on each of your pencils, so you're going to have a H. Put that there. So for your H, that's going to be the hardness. Your B is meaning the blackness. On some pencils you're going to find there will be an F. That is just meaning it's a fine pencil, meaning it will sharpen down to a fine point, which is what you need in a lot of your sketches when you're doing them yourself as well. A sharper point of your pencil is really good for like your details and that sort of thing. So basically the meaning of these letters, so the hardness and blackness of each of these. So the hardness of these, we have to try and start to remember, is that's the lightness of your pencil. Blackness is being the more darker your pencil goes as well. So that's how darker your pencil is going to be. What I'm going to do now is get a time-lapse video now. I'm going to just show you the each one of these pencils. I'm going to use each one of these pencils to fill in one of these boxes, and with that you will see the differences and how each shade of pencil works. And you'll find you'll pick out, I mean, when you're going to buy your own pencils, you know, there'll be, because in this one here you only have a 2, so in this range that I've got, I have a B, a HB, a 2H, a 2B, 4B and a 6B. In the bigger packs you'll get, you'll have in between the 4 and the 6, you'll have a 5, you'll have a 3, you know, you'll have a H as well in between each one, all leading up. You won't necessarily need to use all those pencils. You'll see that once I've done this bit, once I've done these, filled in these squares here, which is what I'll do now. Okay, I'm just starting off using the 6B pencil there. Any of the ranges of the B pencils are going to be that little bit more softer lead, as I was saying. So they're going to be needing to be, they're going to dull that little bit more quicker, but also they're going to need sharpening a little bit more often as well when you're using them, because you're going to go through them quite a bit, especially when you're doing darker tones and things like that. The thing about using a darker tone with just using just one pencil or using a range of pencils is that once you get to a certain point in any of these pencils, they're not going to get any more darker than what they end up being, which is why it's always a good idea to use the darker pencils. finer pencils there with the hardness, they tend to have, as you'll see, a lot more decent coverage to them, and the lines are a little bit more finer. So they tend to cover the page or the paper a little bit more easier as well. So they're good for coverage and doing fine details and things like that, doing your outlines and all that sort of stuff. Like as you can see now, it's starting to get that little bit more lighter with the gradients of it, and you've got a good idea of how each pencil is looking with its shade, and how it goes from being darker all the way down to being a bit lighter. And there you have it, that shade chart there. Okay, right, so here we have the finished shade chart now. You can see how the grades variant from the 6B all the way down to the 2H, as it gets from being quite dark all the way down to it being quite light, obviously, as well. With the missing other numbers and letters as well, you can tell, you'll be able to see how darker this one gets, which will be a lot more helpful in your drawings as well. The darker your pencil is, the more your picture is going to stand out a lot more. Like I was saying, going back, this is actually quite a good little set of pencils. This is, you've got good variations of pencils here. So the 2H, HB, B, 2B, 4B is actually quite a good little pencil set to be getting to use. I personally will be only using the 2H, HB, the 2B, 6B and an 8B as well in all my drawings. I'll just be using those pencils there. But you can have you can take a still picture of this or something like that, just so that you've got an idea and a reference of how it's looking and everything. But just give you some idea of what your pencils are doing. It's always really good to be using different variations of pencils, because when you're using like a HB pencil, you ain't going to get it any more, like I was explaining before, you're not going to get it any more darker than what that is now, which is why you would probably opt to use a darker pencil, just so that you get that bit more shade darker. Once you've gotten to a certain point on a HB or a B or a 2B, once you get to a certain point on any of those pencils, that's where it will stop. It won't get any more darker than any of those, which is why you'll use a darker pencil there to fill in, to make those pencils more stand out a little bit more. I was cool with the video and everything. Everyone take it easy and be cool, and I'll be doing another one again soon. Catch you all later on. Peace out. We'll think of that then. Hope that was all helpful for you guys, and you understood the importance of having different pencil grades when you're creating your drawings and sketches yourself. Let me know what you guys think of the video in the comments down below. But that's the end of the show, folks. Thank you all for watching, and if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, click the bell and turn on notifications so you know when I upload a new video. Everyone be cool, have a good week, and I'll see you next Tuesday. Peace out.